So look, we've seen some really extraordinary scenes this year with COVID, but actually Christmas for the West End is the key golden period. Normally £2.5 billion goes through the tills, and we're closed on Boxing Day in Tier 4. So we've seen it's having a huge impact on the West End. And these are viable businesses that have been forced to close. And actually not since 1871 has the West End actually been closed on Boxing Day. So some really extraordinary scenes walking around today. And let's hope the government's going to support the West End get through this period, because these are really viable companies that need to start their recovery in 2021.
Do you think they're getting enough support from the government at the moment?
Look, there isn't a business and a person that hasn't been impacted by COVID. And I think there's been an enormous amount of support for West End businesses, for the retail and leisure sector. But actually what we need is this exit strategy. We need to know for the next 3 to 6 months what that support is going to be. And one of the biggest costs that retailers face, particularly in hospitality, is business rates. And they were very generous with the holiday for the last year, which was so vital. But we need to know now the government's going to extend that holiday beyond April. Otherwise, we're going to see a collapse of hundreds of businesses in January, and that's tens of thousands of jobs, and the West End won't be immune from that.
And you were in the West End yourself this morning. What was it like to see the empty streets and the scenes as they are today?
Well, it's heartbreaking. I mean, I've worked in the West End for 20 years, and I've worked on Boxing Days in the past, and I've spoken to managers who've been working. And I think, for the West End to see, it looks like March again, these empty streets, it is really heartbreaking. But we take some comfort that the vaccine is on its way, that, we will have a route out of this, and really 21 can't be worse than 2020, we all hope. So look, we hope it is 3 or 4 months and we're back open again properly. But I think 2 things for the government. They must do an announcement on rates now, just to take that off the table so these businesses can survive. And also look again at this decision on tax-free shopping, because we'll be the only country in Europe from the 1st of January that won't have this service available. And for the West End, international visitors are so important for us. And we need to be competitive globally. We need to get the economy going again. And without those tourists coming to the West End, Britain is going to suffer.